What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. Mic check. Mic check. Check, check. Connected to TikTok. There we go. TikTok is working. Black Magic Pocket 6 or FX30? Ooh. I'd say which one is older? That's a good question. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. Black Magic. Pocket 6K. And the FX30. Compare these items. What up, YouTube? Just taking a look at some cameras here. Question is, would you pick a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera or an FX30? The price is, there's $1,000 price difference there, so what do you guys think? Let's look at the specs. Canon EF mount, so tons of lens options, autofocus. It has the same sensor, it has a crop sensor. This one has more megapixels. Ooh. This one probably has great low light. This one has IBIS, this one does not. But truthfully, your vote is an FX30. I'm also curious to see which one is newer. You know what I mean? Which one is newer and which one has more support? This one has higher ISO. This one has a lot of dynamic range. This one has 10-bit. This one shoots RAW, 422 ProRes. 10-bit as well. I don't know, man. I'm wondering which one has more support, you know? What are your thoughts? Mackenzie, hey man, I was thinking of getting a ZVE10 with a Sigma 30 one for video and photography. The ZVE10 too. The one is a little tough to recommend. I got a runny nose, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, the ZVE10 one is a little tough. The Sigma's nice, but if you're thinking about video, just keep in mind that I own that lens. 30 millimeters, nice. I like the 23 and I like the 16. The 30 is great for photos, though, Mackenzie. And any comments over in the YouTube, bro? Over in YouTube, bro, 6 viewers. Woohoo! What do you guys think over there? I don't know. If I had to pick between these two guys, I think I would go FX30. There's a $1,000 price difference. Another cool thing, though, that's included in the Blackmagic is if you do buy this camera, I think it's older as well. When did the Blackmagic Pocket 6 come out? It's older, but it does come with, if you buy a new one, it'll come with the software. 2013. Jesus Christ. Wow, that is old. This camera came out in 2013. What is that? 10. So 13 years ago? That's old, bro. That's old. Yeah, I would choose if I had to choose, I would choose the FX30 because it's newer, more modern, tons of stuff, has a built-in fan, has the Sony E mount, has the autofocus, has the low light, has a ton of support and accessories. So does this one probably. But the price right here, if they were the same price or if this one was cheaper, I'd probably look at the Blackmagic for sure. For sure. I think the FX30 has better. It does have ISO. I need help with the camera settings for my streams. I have a Sony. What kind of help do you need? YJ Kells. Brittany Nicole. What up, Brittany Nicole? Yeah, they need to do something about that. Do something about what? Is the ZVE-10 II with a Tamron 17-70 good for cinematography? Yeah, the 17-70 is good. It'll get you started for sure. It's an f2.8 lens. Yeah, absolutely. Mackenzie, I would get the ZVE-10 Mark I and pair it with the 30 to start. Then I'd get a wider and a zoom lens later. The problem is that the ZVE-10 1 is like, I don't think it's worth it, dude. The thing is, the ZVE-10 1 is, the ZVE-10 II is like $400 more, and it's absolutely worth it. It is absolutely worth it, especially if you're going to be doing video work. So I wouldn't waste my limited resources on buying the ZVE-10 1. What I would do is I'd buy the ZVE-10 II. It costs more money now. I just remembered. It just dawned on me. Because I recently bought the ZVE-10 II. I got it right here, by the way, guys. Check it out. Let's see. I built it into a little cinema rig the other day. Look at this. This is the ZVE-10 II with a 23 millimeter. I built it into a little cinema walking around rig. And they did increase the price on it recently. If you guys are interested in any of the gear that I'm looking at or any of the gear that I own, you can find it if you're on TikTok. You can find it in my profile page, my link in bio. And if you're on YouTube, you can find all of this stuff in the first description, in the first link in the description. It did go up in price, dude. Yes. I didn't buy it for that much. When I bought it, it wasn't that much. They increased the price. Let's see. How much is the first one? ZVE-10 1. This one went up in price too, though. Fuck, dude. I'm looking for body-only prices. By the way, guys, when you see these things being sold with a bunch of shit, look, I can get this today. Base. Camera only. Here we go. Yeah, this went up in price too, guys. $800. Yeah, I would absolutely buy the new one. There's a $400 price difference. Is that $400? It is, right? Is the XM5 a good food? It is, yes. I've got a Pocket 3 as well to help me out with the setup. I don't know if you're changing your... No, it doesn't. The ZVE-10 1 is not a... The ZVE-10, the first generation, is not a camera I recommend whatsoever. If you must buy it, you will regret it. Just because you'll better options exist. Can you show the right again, please? Can you show the right again? What do you mean? Do you think the Canon EOS 1200D is a good camera? 1200? Yeah, man. Any camera is good to get started with, for sure. For sure. If what all you can afford is get the ZVE-10, then get it. But understand that you're going to have to live with your decision, you know? And when we buy these things, thank you for the heart me. When we buy these things, we have to remember, like, Here's what's gonna happen, right? I know you're gonna get the camera, the ZVE10 or the 1200D, and I'm gonna be, but that guy said it was good. I'm like, no. What I said was, it's good to get started with. There are gonna be some limitations on it because it's all that you can afford, right? And some of us, for real. I'm looking at you guys. Some of us need to practice some delayed gratification. 6400 versus the ZVE10. The ZVE10 II. It depends on what you're doing, photos or video. Good morning, Pink Unicorn. How was your day off yesterday? I had a good day at work yesterday, actually. I was planning on streaming. Excuse me. I was planning on streaming when I got home, but I was so fucking exhausted for some reason that I ate something, laid in bed to watch some Netflix around 6 p.m. I didn't wake up till 2 in the morning. I was like, fuck. Shit happens. G7X. I do not like the original G7X. Bro, I have a R100 with a kit lens and the RF. Do you recommend that I buy? Bro, I have an R100 with the kit lens. What RF lens? The R100, for any R camera, the cameras that I recommend, guys, are, where am I finding it? Are these Sigma lenses right here. You can find these links, guys, if you're on YouTube, the first link in the description. If you are on TikTok, the link is in the bio. What's your opinion on the Tamron 50 to 150 G2? Zero opinion on it. I don't really like Tamron as much. How much is that, Jack? How much is the lens? I like how crisp. Is my mic sound good today, guys? Appreciate it. Woohoo! Let's see. Yeah, all right. Okay, ooh-woo. G7X Mark III. Yeah, I don't like the G7X Mark IIIs. They're just overpriced right now. Want to get a Fuji X-T4 plus a Fuji 20. Nice, dude. Is it heavy or go for the... Well, okay, Google. Shut up. My Google just turned on. That's a good comparison, Toji. What I would consider really is like the X100V and the X100VI. I own one of those cameras. They're very special cameras. But the X-T4, as you know, has interchangeable lens. So if you value having an interchangeable lens, I would go with that camera body. You guys want to see my my Fuji camera? Check this out. Ooh. She nice, dude. I like looking at this camera sometimes more than I like using it. For a good solid 6 months, this was my everyday carry. And I felt so cool, you guys. I bought myself like a leather strap. And I almost got myself a vest. So I could be that guy, you know? That guy. And I was going to get myself like round glasses, you know? Glasses with round frames. Pink Unicorn, I sent my camera to be delivered to my job. What were you doing? That's pretty cool. Pink Unicorn, you sent your camera to be delivered to my job. You're like, I can't live without it. I need to have it in my hands. Yeah, I take my camera with me everywhere, dude. YouTube, 10 viewers over on YouTube. Hi there, I have a question. What's your question, bud? Oh, we got a message that was blocked over on YouTube. Let me see. Show. This one says, yeah, I should have practiced delayed gratification. I want to a group photo walk, and the guy with a 15-year-old camera bodied me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. I also, you know, when you're out doing photo walks are great. How many of you guys in the chat and how many of you guys over in YouTube have ever gone on a photo walk? They are so much fun, man. I'm Vietnamese. I'm curious if people in your country like buying used items as much as we do. ZVE secondhand in Vietnam is around 500. We buy a lot of used stuff. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Mackenzie, I could do the ZV-10 Mark II with a kit lens probably. Otherwise, I'll be going around. That's what I would recommend, Mackenzie. You know, respectfully, it's just gonna be such a better quality of life choice that you're gonna be able to live with that ZV-E10 II for the next 5 to 10 years, maybe 5 to 7 years, right? Like that's gonna be a camera that's gonna last you for a lot longer than the original ZV-E10 one, and you'll be able to grow with it. And it has 10-bit video. It has the larger battery. It has upgraded autofocus tech. It has a lot of good things for it. So I would buy it with the kit lens, and then Mackenzie, over time, another 6 months, another 3 months, however long it takes you, then buy one of these Sigma lenses, because these Sigma lenses are fucking sick, dude. If I was you, I'd be eyeballing this guy right here. This is the one that I would be getting for like an all-purpose video lens. This is great. Guys, the comments are coming in a little faster, so if I'm skipping your comment, it's not on purpose. Just resend it, and I'll try to get it answered. I'm trying to answer these as they come in, though. Kevin Nguyen, is the Nikon Z5 enough to do cinematic videos because itself don't have log? If you don't know how to use log, I don't know how the Nikon standard colors, the standard profiles are. I'm sure they're great, you know. But if you don't know how to shoot in log isn't all that it's cracked up to be, you know. I started photography as a hobby, and I started with the Canon R50 kit lens, 18 and 45 only, which was good under my budget. That's great to start with. I love the R50. By the way, guys, you guys are currently watching me on a Canon R50 right here with a 16mm Sigma lens, and then this right here is a Canon R10 with a 23mm lens. Those are these cameras right here. And then I have a top-down angle as well. I wish there was a zoom. Is this zoom? No, it isn't. It's these. Oh, wrong display. My bad. My bad, y'all. Between RF 50mm VCM versus the 30. Ooh, which do you recommend for portrait if I choose one? Khalifa, great question, dude. The 50 and the 35, those are fantastic focal lengths. Personally, I love a 35mm. I value that focal length more, and by value I mean that I use it a lot more, and I'm always searching for it. Than I do the 50. The 50 though is like ideal. Are you on a full frame or on a crop sensor? If you're on full frame, the 50 is like an ideal portrait lens next to the 85. But the 35, in my opinion, still gives you really nice nice compression. Not as much, obviously, but love my 64 with the 30. Yeah, that's a great combo. Do they, if they sold, I think they do. They sell the 30mm, the 23mm Sigma. That would be a lens that I would be looking at for you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. The 23mm has quickly become my favorite focal length. The 23 is really nice. Oh, well, this one doesn't. Well, this is the RF. I'd have to look for it. I don't know if they sell. They have to. They have to. It has to be available. I'm almost 100% certain, but I could be wrong. The main question is, should I go buy a new lens or upgrade a new camera? I would probably. The R50 is still a pretty powerful camera. What do you think it's missing? Harsh Katari. Because I would recommend a new lens, dude. If you get a lens like this lens right here for that R50, this lens is fucking magical, dude. This is the 17-40 f1.8. This is a one and done lens. What's the difference between APS-C versus full frame image quality if I just post to social media? So full frame, the images are going to be, how do I want to say this? If you line up a tripod, if you line up a tripod, two tripods, and one has an APS-C sensor and the other one has a full frame camera on it, and the one has a lens that's a 16 millimeter, the full frame, or the 23, and the other one has the 16, and they have the equal what's it called? The same distance, like they have the same field of view because of the crop factor, and you took a picture and you gave it to the person to tell you which one is APS-C and which is full frame, they likely won't be able to tell the difference. That was a long way of saying it's going to be difficult for anybody to really notice a difference. XT4 over the X100, even for street photography. That's the decision's really yours, bro. Like, what is it that you want? Do you value the crop sensor? I mean, not the crop sensor, the interchangeable lens, or do you like the not having to think about lens choices? If I were to choose between those, I would choose the X100V. Mike, what up, Mike? Any thoughts on upgrading from Canon R7 to the R7 Mark II based on rumored specs? I have a Canon R7, and depending on what the Mark II has, I will upgrade to it. But it needs to really blow my mind. Because a couple of reasons. One, you're asking me, right? And based off of my perspective and my experience with the R7 that I own is my least used camera. It's a fantastic camera, but I use it the least. It sits on my desk collecting dust. So the Mark II will have to like really blow me away. Now, if the Mark 7 came like an FX3 competitor, like had a lot of video features, then I would get it. Then I would certainly get it. But if it's just another photo camera, like primarily photo camera, then I would just keep mine. A same lens APS-C gonna crop 1.5. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you're right. Yep. So because I want to have good range, I'm thinking of doing the Sigma 16-300. Yeah, you're gonna have some challenges with that lens, Harsh Khatri, because that lens is a variable aperture lens, and you have a APS-C lens, right? So you're gonna have loss of light. So I wouldn't buy that lens. Understood that you want to have like good focal range, but you're trading off that wide focal range for a lot of loss of light. Nobody is going to see the difference between f1.8 and f2.8 in social media. Not the average Joe, no. I bet you that I could tell you, if you showed me two pictures, one was shot at f2.8 and one was shot at f1.8, I would be able to tell you which one is which. Not really. I only want to shoot street photography at 35 millimeters. Yeah, so I would choose the X100V for sure. That way you don't have to worry about the lens. Because my X100 the one that I own, the one that I just showed you, that's exactly what I use it for. Just basic street photographies, not thinking about anything, just being a photographer, right? Just like taking pictures of, composing the image, composing the scene, taking a shot, walking around. It's one less thing to think about. So, yeah, I think you'd be happy. And the X106 is a monster camera, dude. Thanks. Mostly shoot air shows and wildlife, so the extra reach is nice. Yeah, you need the extra reach for those. Maybe one day I'll go out and shoot airplanes. Ooh, I shouldn't say that, should I? I'll photograph airplanes one day. 13 viewers over on YouTube. What up, YouTube world? How's it going? If you're new here, all we're doing is just answering. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. What I do here is if you guys provide me with some, with a camera question or a camera, you looking for a camera comparison, I'll bring it up on the screen and we'll look at it together and we'll try to look at some prices. And I'll give you my honest opinion based off of your specific needs to see if the camera is right for you. So if you have any camera questions, drop them in the comments below. Happy to bring it up here and take a look at it. Also, all of the stuff that I am using, my cameras, my lenses, all this stuff, it is all listed in the first link in the bio. And on TikTok, it's in my link in bio in the profile. What lens would you recommend for the ZVE10 Mark II later on? I think I told you that. Did I tell you that already? This lens right here. Where is it? This guy. 18 to 50. 18 to 50 f2.8. If you're looking for like video, this is the one. So I would buy the ZVE10 II with the kit lens, the one that you want, and then start saving up for this. So to basically have a better low light performance, I was thinking of upgrading to the Sony 6700. I would stick with Canon, bro. I would stick with Canon. If you're already in the Canon ecosystem, I would stick to Canon. You're not going to get that much better of low light performance going from one crop sensor camera to another. Like there will be an improvement, but it'll be like the ISO range will improve, but it's really physics at that point. You're not really dealing with like software. And like especially if you're using a variable aperture lens, you know, it's just the lens itself is going to stop light from coming in. Caught you on TikTok first time YouTube. Do you ever sleep? Mike, what up, Mike? I get a couple hours, bro. I got a lot of sleep last night, actually. Thanks for joining over on YouTube. Mike, do me a solid. Give YouTube, touch that little heart symbol. I don't get a lot of engagement over on YouTube. Let's see. Thank you. I got the XE5 with a Sigma 10 to 18. Nice, dude. 18 to 50. Sick. Looking for a pocketable prime. Check out the little 23 millimeter Toffee. Delves Photos, RF 35 millimeter f1.8 or the RF. Looking to purchase the R6 Mark II to pair it with, mainly photos, not much videos. I own both of those lenses, Delves. I got it right here, actually. Check it out. I just bought it the other day. I have it here paired with the R8 because I think this is a really nice combo. What do I have on my R6 Mark III? On the R6 Mark III, I actually am using the 35 right now. For mainly photos, I would probably go with this one, man. Mind you that the f1.2 is a little soft, but this is a really nice lens, dude. I think this is the new Nifty 50. Yeah. For those of you guys that are over on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. We would greatly appreciate it. On TikTok front, what are we at? We got 5 viewers over on TikTok. If you're not following, please follow this account. I keep hearing the 35 millimeter for street more than the 50 millimeter, but going near my subject terrifies me. You got to get over that, broski. Yeah, Delves. So to answer your question directly, I think the 45 1.2 is really cool, bro. It's a really cool lens. Again, the f1.2 is still very usable. It destroyed a picture of mine, like just murdered the background. I took a picture of my cat and like the only thing that's in focus is like my cat's nose and 2 eyes. And then the rest of her face is just fucking gone. Do I have it on here? It was actually really, I was like, wow, I need to be a little bit further away. I'll see if I can find it here. I might not be able to, but let's see. How do I zoom out? I was doing some test shots with this. Oh yeah, I took this out to I shot this at f2. I like the 45 at f2. I did do some practice shots. Oh, here it is. Here she is. Can I rotate this image? Menu. Oh, it's starting to get hot in my in my room. Playback, cropping. Where's the rotate? Rotate stills. Here it is. Set. Shit. So check this out. Let's see if I can figure it out to show you guys. This isn't going to be the best demonstration of this, but like this, I took this on, you can see it, I took it at f1.2. And like the only thing that's visible is literally like the face of my cat. This is raw in camera. So like literally the only thing, and if I, how do I zoom in? Can I zoom in here? Here we go. If I zoom in here, the only thing that's visible is just her eye and like her nose, and then the fall off of the bokeh starts to fall off right on top of her eye. Overall, it looks great though. Like the image looks pretty good, but I would not shoot that shallow on a subject that close. Delves, cheers, thank you, Delves, appreciate it. The kit lens is cheap but kind of soft. 1520 is specific because it's converted already. I'm looking for second hands. I'm thinking of buying the Sigma 16-300. Yeah, like I said, 16-300. That variable aperture is just, I don't recommend it, dude. And that lens is probably expensive. Let's find out. 16-300. Because people always think like, it's like, oh, this is gonna be great. It covers everything. Yeah, I would not spend my money on this lens. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be what I need. It's going to be all the things that I wish. But then this shit comes into play, the variable aperture. And the problem is, too, that I've never used this lens specifically, but typically lenses, when you start punching in, like by the time that you're at 50 millimeters, you're already at like f4, f5.6. And then everything from 50 to 300 is at like 6.7. 6.7. I'm thinking of buying, but what if I'm not working on low light scenarios? Then I think it's fine to go with variable. It's not. It's never fine. It's never fine. It's never fine. It's a contemporary lens as well. It's not an art lens. So, listen, man. Just heed my warning. You know, do what you do. Do whatever you want to do, boo boo. I'm telling you. But what I'm telling you is, learn to live with your decision. It's what I'm telling you. I know these things because I've done them. Like I've done these things where I've bought a lens where I'm like, oh, because I bought the 100, the 400, bro. And I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, oh yes, this is gonna be everything I need. And the lens turned out to be fucking buns, bro. It's almost the exact same lens, same price and everything. 5.6 to 8. Just garbage sauce, dude. I returned it within like 3 months, and they gave me like $200 for it. I didn't return it. I guess I sold it. I'm using an A7C and stick with my Sigma 35 and cosplay. Oh yeah, that's an art lens though, bro. 16-300 is not the choice. I'm telling you. Harsh Katri, we told you, bro. We told you, man. We told you. It doesn't matter if you're a professional photographer. You still want good images, right? Like a goal of photography is to have like, you know, usable images. But it's your money, right? It's your cash. And I'm not the type of creator or influencer that tells you not to spend your money. If you got the cash, fucking spend it, bro. I'm just telling you. Rashab Hussein. What up, Rashab Hussein? Sir, please recommend a budget lens for wide and zoom at the same time. Probably that 16-300 right here. This lens sucks though, but if you're looking for something that's super wide and has a lot of zoom, this is it right here. Sigma 16-300. Do they have it for the Canon RF mount? You know what? Maybe one day I'll buy this because it's not a terrible price for me to just to try it out. How much is it used? Maybe I'll buy it used. Because I don't want to buy it new. Shit, it's more expensive used. What the fuck? 18 to 300. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't buy it used. What the fuck is this? Why is it more money used? Weird. This super zoom lens pack 18 range into a compact covering 25 full frame equivalent. Fast, accurate autofocus, stabilized delivery, handheld shots with half the size. Splash resistance, minimal focus breathing. It suits travel, wildlife. Yeah, I wonder why it's more expensive used. It's weird. Yeah, I would buy this. I'd definitely buy it new if the price, if it's less. Oh, that's why. It's because it's on a sale. That's why. You just got a sub. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. God bless you. I mean, you always have to carry this shit. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Sony 70-200 f4 GeoS Mark 1 will be good for portrait? What camera are you on, Mark? Del Soto, I keep hearing good things about the Tamron 18-400 on EF. Still too big a range, I think. The problem isn't the range, it's the variable aperture, guys. Like that's the shitty part, really. You guys can see my cat back there? She's my main subject. That's funny. Sony A7C. Yeah, the 70 is going to be nice. It'll be like punched in cuz have you ever used the 70 millimeter lens? Why I ask is because you're already at like the near the telephoto range. So you're going to have to be like across the room to get somebody's portrait. You know what I mean? YouTube, can you guys hear my sound effects, by the way? Is there sound effects over there? I don't know if you guys can hear that. Thank you so much, man, for the right advice. I will look into the budget and wait for the cash. Yeah, check it out, man. I might pick up this lens as well just to test it, and that way I can see if it's even worth picking up. $700 ain't too bad. It'll take me about a month or two to save up for it, but as long as you make it a goal, man. As long as you make, all you need to do is make it a goal. How fast is too fast for street? I'm eyeing a 1.2 until you showed the cat photo. I use the 1.2 Balato. I use the 1.2, but the problem with the 1.2 and that cat photo, the cat photo looks cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Where is it? Do I have it here somewhere? Oh, actually, you know what? It's on my. I put it up on my Instagram. So I did put it on my Instagram. Is it on my Instagram? I think it is. I'll see if I can find it real quick. That way you guys can see it. I totally forgot that it was here. That way you guys can see it like directly on my thing. Display. Here it is. Where is it? It's 8 a.m. already. Maybe I didn't put it on my Instagram. Maybe it's on TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is what it was. If you guys even care. You guys even care? I'm sure you do. You wouldn't be asking. You guys. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I'm shooting. Oh, that's the wrong one. I take photos of my cats all the time. Here it is right here. 20,000 views. Holy fuck, boys. And those are essentially were the photos. Do I post the photo here? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't post the photo. I thought I had though. Anyways, these are not at f1.2. What I was saying is the distance is important. So if the cat is like right in front, the subject was right in front of me, that's why the f1.2 is super shallow. But at a good distance, the f1.2 would look nice. No sound effects here. Damn. 35mm equivalent. Oh, I forgot to say it was outdoor portrait. I have space to go backwards. Yeah, then that's good. If you want to like snipe people from far away, that's why I use my 70-200 to like snipe people from far away, so that I can get like some good expression and like some good background separation and compression. Yeah, I like the 70-200. By the way, guys, feel free to check out my my Instagram and my TikTok, my Instagram and my YouTube channel for that matter. You guys will see a lot of photo work and video work of the stuff that I do, so you guys can see. And I have a habit of putting in the comments the camera that I used. So where can I see the description on here? Typically, if I'm able to see the description, I put the camera that I used in the shot in the description, typically. So you get to see some video work, some camera work, the camera that I used for the actual photos that were taken. So all of this stuff can be found in my link in bio or the first link in the description on YouTube. If you're curious, you know. What would you recommend for street photography? 35mm equivalent, total around 15-20 for both body and lens. Is it 15-20 USD, Toji? I would like a used R8. How much is the R8? I would probably go with a used R8. Like this guy right here. And then what I would do is I would buy a 35mm. I think if you buy this new, you might be a little over that budget. Ooh. This lens is still expensive, dude. So what are you at? 15-20? So I think we're over your budget already. What is the RF 28mm? I would prefer the 35, but the RF 28mm might be nice. This is a nice cheap lens too. Yeah, here we go. So I would get something like this and then something like this camera. So the R8 plus this, that should be pretty close to your budget. And then I would save up some dollars to get something, a nicer lens. But the R8, I have it right here. That's what I was using. Actually, that's what I was using over here for this street photo. Check this out. I'm using an R8 right here with a 45mm. I do street photography. I don't do it as often as I used to, but I do it a lot now. I'm going to start doing it here when the weather gets nice. Yeah, is that full frame equivalent? That R8 is a full frame camera. Yeah, so the 28mm is not 35mm, but it's pretty close. It's a 28. Also, what camera would you recommend for upgrading to continue a good balance between photo and video in one kit? I would keep the R50, but I'd buy newer lenses, better lenses, Harsh Khatri. Noted, man. I've only ever checked Fuji, so I appreciate your recommendation. I got you, bro. Fuji's still good, man. Fuji's still good. How much is the X100 V? The X100 V is about that price, I think, and that's 35 millimeters. What camera you use for POV? On that, I just use my cell phone. I use a chest mount on a cell phone. With a cell phone, I should say. Dynasty 9000, what up, bro? You're quiet today, man. What's going on over there on your side of the world? The X100 is like 1351. Yeah, so if you're looking for like purely a street photography camera, the Fuji X100V is like, it's a little bit older now, but it's still pretty valid, dude. Fuji X100, like, but this one doesn't have an interchangeable lens though, so you have to be okay with this. This one has a fixed lens. And here in the States, it's more money. This camera's hard to find in the United States. Same with its big brother, the 6. Sorry, listening to the Steve Harvey. Oh, cool. I like that show. No worry, Dynasty. No worry, broski. No worry. I just peeked over on YouTube on the TikTok live studio and saw that you were hanging out. So I just wanted to reach out. As you were, sir. As you were. No need to interrupt your morning. I decided to start going live earlier in the morning to see what the crowd was like over on YouTube and TikTok. TikTok in the morning, you guys are all fucking asleep. YouTube though, I got 13 viewers. And yesterday I had similar amount of viewers on YouTube. So YouTube is cool with the early mornings, the YouTube crowd. TikTok, you guys are all still asleep. E-Man, what up, E-Man? Got a new Sigma 30. Ooh, that is chef's kiss, bro. Sigma 35. Are you sure it's the 1.2, not the 1.4? Oh, the 1.2 art lens. Ooh, bro, those are some big dollars. You got lots. You got money, bro. Damn, dude. This is a nice looking lens, bro. What do you put it on? Yeah, remind me, E-Man, what camera you're using, bro? This is nice. Oh, on the FX. Oh, shit, bro. Dude, for real, man, I'm not going to lie to you. The 35 millimeter on a full frame for video is like so clean, bro. It is so clean. No, man, I think it's appropriate, Kill. I think it's appropriate, man. Yeah. The 35 millimeter, this guy, if I remember correctly, is big and chunky. She's a girthy one. But on a video camera, like for video, 35 is it, bro. 35 is it. Yeah, congrats, bro. Congrats. The Mark II is not as chunky. Is this the 2? This is the 2, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, I remember seeing this. I don't know when I saw it, but I remember it being real girthy, like. Yeah, if I remember correctly. You know, these Viltrox lenses, they'll never compare it to a Sigma, but bro, these are like really tempting, man. These are really tempting for the price, you know. The one is girthy and a few hundred cheaper. Yeah, I would spend the extra couple $100 and get the lighter one for sure. Thought about going Viltrox. For some focal lengths, I would probably do it. Like I know they have a 50 millimeter f1.2 from Viltrox that is like pretty reasonably priced. So I would definitely check it out for like specific focal lengths. Not all of them, but here or there, I would definitely check one out. Or like they have an 85 1.2, I think, and like they're pretty impressive, dude, for the price. Like Viltrox did just get in trouble though. Viltrox got in trouble from Nikon. Yeah, from Nikon, and so did Sure and Mikey. Yeah, look at this. 16 millimeters, dude. 16 f 1.8, 580, 56 1.2, 35 1.2. I guess their fancy lenses are called Lab. Oh, here we go. Look, 85 1.4, bro. $600. That's tough to beat, dude. What do you like? What are we talking about? Like, what the fuck are we talking about at this point, right? Was between the G Master and the Sigma, also the 35 and 50, so I went with the 35 1.2. No, I think you made the right choice, man. 50 for video, especially if you're doing video. 50 for me is just a little bit too punched in. So 35 and 24 for video, like for me, is ideal. What's up, man? I thought you work in the mornings. I do. I've been getting up early because I'm doing a new live streaming session. I'm also Dynasty. I'm multi-streaming to YouTube and to TikTok. I just started multi-streaming on YouTube and TikTok last weekend. So I spent last week testing out some stream times, and now this week I'm testing out 7 a.m. streams. And they are a lot more popular over on the YouTube world. This is day 3, by the way. So I need some more data points. But in the morning, TikTok is totally dead. There's like 4 of you guys in here, which is fine. But over on the YouTube world, I have 14 concurrent viewers, which is phenomenal. Hey YouTube, thanks for showing up. I need to remember what my sound effects are, guys. Oh, and YouTube can't hear sound effects. I forgot that. I need to fix that. Fuck. I got so many things to do. My Viltrox Air was horrible vignette at 1.7, but the 3.5 Beyond was sharp, and the Sigma. Yeah, so you gotta remember, right? Like there's some give and takes with these like budget lenses and stuff. So you get what you pay for ultimately, you know. Delves Photos. Any recommendation for battery grips and spare batteries for the R6? Not Canon ones, but good quality. No, Delves. I don't recommend any third-party batteries, only because to me batteries are not where you want to cut corners, and you don't want to be thinking of budget when you think of the power source to your camera. I've heard horror stories of third-party batteries burning and getting too hot inside of the camera, ruining the internals. I've also heard horror stories of third-party batteries dying over time and not lasting as long, and leaving them with no battery life to finish a job. So for me, batteries, third-party batteries, is not where you want to cut. Cut costs. So I only recommend first-party batteries, and as far as the grip, no, I would also only recommend first-party grips. For that stuff, that's not where I would try to save money. Interesting. Are you using TikTok Studio? Yeah, I'm using TikTok Studio, but I'm using OBS, and I'm using a virtual cam from OBS over to TikTok Studio. Great info. I have to go, but I will continue to check in daily to both streams. Appreciate it, Mike. Make sure to give me a sub over on YouTube and follow over on TikTok if you haven't already. Really appreciate you joining in, broski. Wouldn't it be second party batteries? No, third party. First party and third party. Second party would be you. No. Second party would be... What would be second party? I don't know. From perspective, it's first party and third party. Fair enough. Appreciate the opinion. So where are you thinking of saving money? If I'm saving money, if I'm thinking of saving money, I would save it on lens filters, on lenses. I do a lot of research on the lenses, tripods, but there's always like a cost benefit, right? So like I wouldn't buy a dirt cheap tripod for like a $4,000 camera, but I wouldn't buy a $700 tripod, right? I'd buy maybe a $150 or $100 tripod, right? For lens filters, I wouldn't buy $200-$300 lens filters. I'd buy $80 lens filters. I also wouldn't buy $50 or $20 lens filters, right? Just sold my A7 IV for a Fuji GFX 50S2. Thoughts? No thoughts. No thoughts, man. Yeah, gotcha. Cheers. Yeah, on batteries, though, something that goes inside of the camera, nah. I also wouldn't skip money on SD cards either. I wouldn't try to save money on SD cards either. We got to remember, that these things are expensive. Cameras, cameras are unless you do this professionally where it's like a necessity, but even that, it's not really a necessity because you could always get a job doing something else. But these cameras, lenses, all this stuff, this is all a luxury, I work as a full-time content creator, so for me, cameras are a necessity for me to do my job. But can I survive without cameras? Yeah, sure. So it's still considered a luxury, you know what I mean? Let me check out that camera, that Fuji GFX 50S2. Yeah, I really don't have too many opinions on people's personal decisions. That's a medium format camera, though. I knew as soon as you said GFX, I was like, that's a medium format. Everything's expensive when it comes to medium format. Do you like it? As long as you like it, bro. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a monster set. Look at that fucking thing. Does it use regular lenses, like regular X-mount lenses? Tayano? Is there any very important settings when you first use your R50, or do you just play around with them? Just to get out and going, I usually set my new cameras to like aperture priority, AV mode, and then I just go out and shoot. Yeah, just go out and shoot. I set it to its lowest minimum aperture. What lens do you have, A? Remind me. Oh my gosh, my SD card 90V cost me. Yeah, dude, SD cards are crazy. For SD cards, I do buy, the minimum that I buy are V60s. And why I do that is because if I need faster recording speeds, I have cameras that use CF Express type B cards. So I don't need to necessarily buy faster cards. Bro, the V90s are more money now, bro. Look at these. V90, $180, bro. Jesus. 1.850. Oh, nice. Yeah, bro. Set it to AV. Set it to AV mode. Set it to f1.8, and then use the little top dial and play around with the aperture, and then the camera will set the ISO and the shutter speed for you. And that way you can just point and shoot. Play around with f1.8, go to f2, go to f2.8. Just have fun. Yeah, you're gonna have a blast, dude. You're gonna have a blast. You're gonna be able to see like what the 50 millimeter looks like on the crop sensor camera, which you'll realize is like math is hard. What is 50 times 1.8, you guys? Or 1.6. 50 times 1.6. 80 millimeters. So you have an effective 80 millimeter lens right there, which is nice for portraits, pet portraits, people portraits. Still life photography is really good with this focal length. So just keep that in mind. Insane prices on memory nowadays, whether it's RAM or SD. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, for my SD cards, I tend to buy V60s. These ones right here, because I have cameras that can shoot with CF Express Type B cards. So like I'd rather get this 190. This is crazy expensive still. I bought these for like less than $100 if I remember correctly. They maybe 120 max. I don't remember how much they were. They weren't 190, I'll tell you that. But I bought tons of these when they were on sale. Black Friday is the time to buy them, but with the whole chip shortage and silicon shortage, silica shortage, these prices are getting out of hand. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I have enough SD cards that I probably will never have to buy new SD cards again unless they break. But I have so many to replace them. I've never even counted. Maybe one day I'll count. I don't even know where they all are. I just sold my A7 IV Ty. Ty, you were already in YouTube. I was like, somebody just commented that. Yeah, I answered that already, bro. Yeah, what do you does the same lens fit? The same X mount, or do you have to get a new lenses for the medium format? You have to get new. No. Yeah, of course. But I mean, does it use the same X mount as like regular Fuji cameras? Or is there a medium format lens mount? It's a GF mount. See, that's what I'd be afraid of, man. When you go medium format, everything gets more expensive. I'm not gonna say that it's not worth it. Of course, it's totally worth it if that's what you want. If this was the same X mount, then I'd be like, oh, cool, you know. But everything gets more expensive when you go medium format. It's just the way it is. I like the choice though, man. I like the choice. Why not? Go for it, bro. Medium format is special, you know. Got an R10 for hobby and family photos. I'm missing out by using a crop sensor. Not ready to spend lots on expensive lenses. I used and the pics came out great. Good for you, man. The R10 is nice for exactly what you're using it for. Yeah, the R10 is nice. Yeah, the R10. I use the R10. I'm using the R10 right now. This camera down here, this one is a Canon R10 right here. And then this up here is an R50. I'm going to play around with my cameras over this weekend to see if the placement needs to change. I like them. People seem to like this angle. I seem to like this angle, I should say. But I might play around with it a little bit more. I have to create some content. I got this product from this brand right here, and I need to create some content with it. So I'm probably going to do that here after this live. It's a battery charger for the it's nothing too crazy. It's a little charging case that has a digital readout for the Sony batteries. It's nothing crazy. The thing is, Sony doesn't include battery packs, or I'm sorry, charging bricks for their Sony cameras. Like they're pulling an Apple. Some bullshit, right? The saturation on the R10 seems a tiny bit better. I'm not sure if it's because of the angle or not. For the cameras, that's an interesting. They're both set equally to the exact same settings. Granted, they are different cameras with different sensors, right? You know what would be a good test if I did two R50Vs, because I have two R50Vs, and put the two lenses on there. It might be because the 23 is just slightly punched in. Slightly. But the R10 does have a 23 millimeter lens on it versus the other one that has a 16. On YouTube, I have the combined chats, by the way, where people can see the combined chat from both platforms. I've really been thinking about, like, because now that I'm okay with multi-streaming on YouTube and TikTok, I wanted to see, I was like, maybe I'll go and add Twitch and I'll add Kick and these other platforms. But I think I'm going to wait. I'll wait a couple months to do that, just to get my YouTube like reps in, you know, put in the work for it. Oh yeah, the lens play a big difference for sure. Yeah, and actually I have two 16 millimeter Sigma lenses. So I could add the same lens to both of these cameras to see if the sensor does make a difference. There might be a slight difference. Slight difference, but it wouldn't be like drastic. Oh shit, I should have been charging my phone this whole time. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to be, after this live session, I'm going to be making a quick little review video about this, the Photo Olex Sony charger. Actually, while I'm here, I also added this angle right here, you guys. So here I can like work on disassembling my little Sony rig. And I'm trying, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to think of a script that I can come on. It only has to be a 30-second video. This brand sent me this product before it was released so that I could play around with it. And there's really nothing to play around with. It's just a battery brick charger. That's the kind of thing, that's the thing that sometimes is looked over by people that want to do product reviews. I'm like, yeah, it's cool to receive products and stuff, but sometimes the products are just whatever. They're like cables. You know, they're like, cool, it's a cable, you know. You could test that out. I think it's a good idea to compare both the R50 and the R10 for video. Yeah, so I'm using the R10 and the R50 for video right now. I was looking at them. They are different sensors. I do know that. They're not the exact same sensor. But I was hard-pressed to really find a significant difference between the R10 and the R50. Like, I put them in my B&H compare thing, and like I was like, there's really not a lot of difference here, guys. So now my Sony rig is naked. The R10 is 1K. That's affordable. Yeah, it is. It is pretty reasonable. I do like the R10. But if I'm looking at them as like between the R50 and the R10, I didn't notice a lot of price of not a lot of differences regardless of the price. So like if I look at the R10 specs, we'll do it right now actually. So if I look at the R10, add this to the compare, and then look at the R50, there's a $400 price difference. And like pound for pound, like look, 24.2 megapixels, 24.2 mega, they might be the same sensor. They might be. Everything is the same. This one has mechanical focal plane shutter and an electronic rolling shutter on the R10. This one just has electronic. So this one has a mechanical shutter. Is that what that's saying? Yeah. So this one has electronic and mechanical shutter. This one does not. So you're paying $400 for a mechanical shutter. This one has, look at this. So here we go. 23 FPS versus 15 FPS. 21 frames maximum, 7 frames maximum. Okay. So you're paying for a faster shutter speed, 23, a good number more. This one shoots in 10-bit video. This one does not. They have the same sensor. The FPS is the big difference, and also the mechanical shutter is a big. So that right there, plus this has 10-bit video. This does shoot 10-bit video, which is a big deal. Neither of them have C-Log though, so there's the same there. None of them have C-Log. So there are three main differences that I noticed there. So the mechanical shutter, guys, this is fun, right? Finding the differences. Mechanical shutter, faster FPS, 10-bit video. Yeah, this one has a higher record limit. This one, the monitor has less resolution. Look at that. They skimped out on the resolution of the screen. Same viewfinder. This is weird. The photo and video phase detection, this has 651 and this has like a million times more, which is weird to me. Both of them have little baby flashes. So in terms of the thing, I don't know if I'm in 10-bit or 8-bit. So the saturation of this difference right here, it might be because the R10 has 10-bit video, meaning that there's more colors in the gamma. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but there's more. They have more colors available, like 1 billion times more color. So, Julia, hello, Julia. Good morning, good morning. You said this is a cool angle? They do have the same sensor, yeah. For C-Log, for C-Log, I would really want to get the R50 later on. Oh yeah, dude, the R50V is and the R50V shoots. There we go. See, you can add the R50V to this conversation, because the R50V is 100% video. And this has everything that you need that these other cameras don't have. And the price of it is crazy. The R50V, bro, is $600, bro. Fuck. Look, I think it might even have the same sensor. Electronic shutter. Yep. All the same. Same. Not the same. Metering range, different. But then we start getting into the recording sections right here. The other one with the desk. Oh, this guy. Yeah, this one is kind of cool, actually. I just disassembled this. I have to make a review video real quick before I go to work about this product here, Julia. So I'm going to be working on that here in a second. As soon as it turns 9. I go live in the morning just for like 2 hours. Yeah, C-Log 3. C-Log 3 right here. Boom. This one and this one share the same screen over here. No viewfinder. No flash. Yep. Same battery. Yep. Yeah. This R50V, man, I'm gonna recommend it forever, man. I'm recommending it forever. Do you guys find it that when you get just the right amount of sleep, you feel good, but then when you sleep for more than you're supposed to, you're even more tired? Why is that? Is that science? Did I just make that up? So this gotta go, this gotta go, this gotta go, and this gotta go. What is sleep? Yesterday, Julia, I got home around like 6 o'clock, and I was gonna go live yesterday, but I was like so tired because I've been getting up early to go live in the mornings, and I laid in bed after I had a sandwich and just put on YouTube on the TV. I woke up like 2 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, so I just watched a little bit more YouTube and tried to go back to sleep. Woke up at like 6:30, got a shower, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm still tired. But I know I slept for like 12 hours. Like, all pretty comparable, but I choose the R50 with an EVF and the price. Yeah. So the R50 is still a great little camera for photo, and it's beautiful video, dude. Beautiful video. The choice, the R50V though, is the R50V though is like if you really want to take your video seriously and be able to have like C-Log and stuff like that. Those afternoon naps are really bad. Bro, they're dangerous, bro. They're dangerous. The only time that I like afternoon naps are if they're right in between like 12 and like 2 o'clock. Like right around that range, because if I do pass out for a little bit longer than I'm supposed to, I still have a good amount of the night left. But if I take an afternoon or a late evening nap, early evening nap, like 5 to 8, it's over, kid. The whole night is shot, you know? The whole night is shot. So, all right, guys, let me see what can I say about this product here. Let's open it up. This is what it looks like whenever I am reviewing a product. So I look at it, and then I go to the website. I go to the website, and it helps because I've been using it for the past. I've been using it for the past. What's it called? A couple of weeks. They sent this to me. CD. So let's look this up. CD-110 PL. Oh, that's not the one that I was looking for. Photo Olex does send me a lot of stuff, by the way. SL. This is saying it's a light. It's definitely not a light. Let's just go to the website. Because they did say that this was unreleased. Oh, here we go. Here they are. Yeah. So these just came out. Like, literally, they just came out. They sent me... They should have sent me all this shit. But they only sent me this one. Here we go. Oh, this is still on Kickstarter. Look, it's coming out in 20 days. You see this? Isn't that cool, guys? I think that's fucking sick, dude. Yeah, I think this is cool. So, do they have any info on it? They don't even have any info. Wow, that is dope. Yeah, so this product that I have right here in my hand isn't even out yet. But they did reach out to me and say, "Hey, can you make that video and we'll launch it?" So it's not even available to purchase just yet. But whenever a brand reaches out to me like this, I always try to do a good job, you know? Oh, look, they got a little video. Wow. They should have sent me this thing, the BB Pro. They sent me the cheap one, cheap bastards. So this one has a battery inside. Maybe I'll ask them for that one. This is for this one right here is for Sony batteries, and it holds 2 batteries inside. It's just a little charging bay, because Sony, for whatever reason, Sony doesn't include power bricks in their cameras. So get this, you can buy a $1,000 camera and it doesn't include a way to charge the battery other than using the camera via USB-C, which I think is criminal. Oh, this one holds 4 batteries. Look at that. Fancy. And this is the one that I have. 2 batteries, BB series. Okay, so what did I learn from that video? Nothing. There's no... they didn't give me this shit. Okay, where is it? So let me take this. So what I'm going to do is I basically copy this, right? And then I just feed it to... I feed it to ChatGPT. And I say, hey, give me a script based off of this. And then I look at it just to get some ideas. Provide me a quick script for the attached image. Control V. Should be about 30 seconds long. It's going to look at it real quick, and it's going to give me a couple of ideas, and that's it. I'll provide it some more context as well, if I can find it. You just got to make sure you give it the right product, you know. Mechanical battery cover. Wow. Insane. I also think Sony has too much ego with these stuff and price. Sony needs to charge a lot of money, guys. Sony needs to charge a lot of money because they have an open mount system, which is something that people like really forget. Excuse me. I always say please and thank you to ChatGPT in case they take over. Yeah, me too. You have to. It'll remember us, Julia. It'll, like, you know, when it's charging up its weapon, its plasma rifle, and it's like it'll look at us and take a second and be like, "Hey, you said thank you that one time." Like, and it'll just move on and then continue. Oh, what a horrible scenario. Oh, look, global launch. March 10th. Oh, that was yesterday. Ooh, I should products return to original price. Okay, so I need to really make this today. Photo Olex has sent me a lot of stuff, dude. One of the flashes, Julie, that I'm going to send you is from them. And then they sent me this tube light. So maybe I can add like a little thing. It's like, hey, Photo Olex over the past year has really been hooking this channel up. They recently invited me to test out their brand new battery charger. Yeah, so I'll say something like that. The name Photo Olex embodies the idea of a professional dedicated to serving the world of imaging. We deeply understand that with tools that respond effortlessly and intuitively, a photographer's fleeting moment of inspiration can be captured more vividly, bringing great photography to life. Driven by this belief, Photo Olex is devoted to seamlessly uniting photo. Oh, Photulex. Oh, I kept saying Photo Olex, but it's supposed to be photo and tool. Photulex. Oh my God. But hold on. Yep. Yeah, so you can see in the lettering, I don't know if you guys will be able to pick this up. Actually, hold on. If you look at the wording, it's capital P-H-O and then capital T, so Photulex. I've been saying Photo Olex for the longest time. This is why it's important to read, guys. Photulex. Okay. Uncomprised. Oh, and expert. Look at this, Julia. Look at this, Julia. It says it right here. I don't know if it says photo and tool guided by the uncompromising standard of an expert. Photulex. Photo Olex does sound better, right? Photulex. Photo tool expert. Jesus Christ. I might include that in my little script. Photulex stands for photo tool expert. I'm such an asshole. We deliver stable, professional, and innovative lighting and power solutions for creators around the Photulex, born for imaging. Oh, shit. All right, guys, my 2 hours is up for the morning. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to be creating this content real quick, knocking it out, going over this script. If you're on the three of you that are over in TikTok, thank you for hanging out with me, Julia. Thank you so much for saying hello. Good morning. Tell the babies I say hello. Everybody over on YouTube, Adios. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. I'll be back another time. Oh, we got a question real quick. I got a 2K budget and I really like to shoot portraits, no birds or anything like that, on my yearly trip to a safe home for little kids in Africa. So lightweight is a priority. 2K budget? I'd probably do like an R8, a Canon R8. What cameras are you looking at? The Carlos Castro? See you, brother. See you, A. What cameras are you currently looking at? The Carlos Castro. I'll help you out real quick. I was looking at the R8 earlier. And the R8 to me, this camera right here, is in that budget. Nice full frame camera. And then you can get yourself a nice small lens like this guy right here. Or the 35mm, which is also a really nice lens. I was thinking the A7C. The A7C is definitely nice. I think that's with a lens, you might be over your 2K budget. The A7C is a nice camera too, though. The A7C2 or the A7C1? The first one. A7C. The C2 is definitely over your budget. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep, here we go, right here. Yeah, about the same. This one does have a bigger battery. Yeah, this is a great option, bro. A7C for sure. I like it a lot. It would be good for you for sure. It has a nice big battery too. It has a great full selection of lenses, so you can find the perfect lens for yourself. 24 megapixels. Yep, full frame. Yep. 100%. Yeah, this would be great for you. Yeah, MPB right here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at right here. Yeah, and then a lens, I would look for a nice 35. If you want something with a zoom, you're going to really lose that portability. A 24-70 lens. Yeah, well, you're going to lose the portability factor when you go with that. What I was saying with the 28mm lens is that it's a pancake lens, you know? Well, I would choose this Sony. Your friend. I love Canon cameras as much as anybody, but this is a nice deal. There is an A7C2 out that's obviously better, but that's probably out of your budget. If you can swing that one, I would get the newest one. And the C stands for compact, so this is a compact camera. It's gonna overheat on you for video and in hot conditions and stuff, but any camera will, especially if you're going to Africa, right? Yeah, any camera's gonna overheat on you. So you could like get like a fan, kind of like this, that attaches to the back of the camera. Does this have a flip out screen? Yeah, it does. Okay, flip out screen, cool. So yeah. The 24-70 though is you're gonna really lose that portability. 100%. Great lens. I'm not saying don't buy that, but when you were saying you want to highlight portability, you're losing the portability. Yeah, you're losing that portability. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Really shoot portraits. That would be really cool, dude, to shoot portraits with this camera. Yeah, you're going to love that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining in. I got to bounce. I got to create some content before I head out to work. So I will see you on the next one. TikTok. Toodles. YouTube. Adios.